Good afternoon, good night everyone, hello everyone, it's Michael Mechanical here. I'm actually thinking it's too cold for me to actually just make the video straight up, because it's like freezing cold over here, and after you've been out for a little bit, it just gets so cold. It's like I'm coming back in just to get my jacket, and I didn't have to come back in, but I was thinking about it at the wrong time. That was loud. Okay, blah blah blah. Don't want to hear them talking about junk. I think what we want to talk about, hopefully if we have enough. Should have got my lamp, but that's okay. Let me just quickly get the jacket on, because yeah, we're wasting a minute of time. So I'm going to put this jacket on to give me a bit more warmth, because it is really cold in South Australia at the moment. It's been raining intermittently, we've had cars getting worked on and all sorts of things. So anyway, proper introduction to the video. We're going to be talking about speed and efficiency today, because that's what my goal has been for the next part of the year, to hopefully increase how much I can earn per day. Hopefully also getting more jobs. That's right, light. We need light, because if we don't have light, we cannot show you things in the dark, because it's nighttime here. So the idea is, we sometimes have to invest a little bit to get a little bit out. And I'm already have to pack my car anyway. So what we're going to do in this video is we're going to talk about efficiency and a bit about equipment. So I'm going to show you some of my equipment bags right now. So what you can see here is also partially on the ground. You can see a bunch of tools. We don't need to know about the tools. We need to know about the equipment. How it's set up and why are they set up the way they are. So I have a bag with a hammer and straps and some gloves. They're not meant to be in this bag. They're actually meant to be in this bag. We have 8 of these box crushing boxes. By the way, I've spent almost $200 today in combination with other things which are non-essential. So essentials are essentially, I might want another set of these. They're essentials, and they'll have to stay with the car. Anything else, wheel nuts go on the car. Gloves are essential. Riggers gloves are essential. Most of this, some of this stuff isn't essential, but what is essential is anything to get my Courier work off the ground. So that's this bag of little goodies here. It's that bag of little goodies there, and then this bag, and then all these boxes. So today I've spent $142 roughly at Bunnings. I spent about $30 at Costco's and about $20 at Supercheap. In combination, that is $142 plus $20, which is $160 something, almost $200. So $190 roughly I've spent in combination in order to try and achieve some efficiency. Now, the idea behind why we want efficiency is because the more jobs we can get complete, the more sooner we're likely to get another job if a job comes up. So we want to get jobs out of the way quicker in order to get more jobs in sooner, because the more jobs we do, the more money we're going to earn. Now, this costs money, it costs fuel, it costs resources, and it's really hard to overcome some of those expenses. So the way I'm going to go about doing this is I've already informed the company that I work for that I've already got this equipment. I've taken a picture. It looks great. I love the picture. I should really have uploaded. I should have used that picture for this video. It would not be a lie. It'd be the truth, but it also wouldn't be in the current state this is in. This is in the future state that we're in now, but the picture was in the past state. Now, tape measure is sort of partially essential for some things. Now, I'm not going to say, hey, yeah, it belongs in these 2 bags. But anyway, how are we going to get more efficient? So, first off, there is some tools in the shed that I recently got. Some bits and pieces I want to fit to the car. Here's the racking material that we're going to be using for the rest of the racks. So, we're going to go for a little walkies. If there's a cat in the shed, I don't care. It's not my problem. And by the way, the reason I know there's cats in the shed is actually paw prints from the cats on the roof. And I have no idea when they were walking in here, but I know that cats have been in here. There's a paw print there. Paw prints from cats in the shed. Most of those, there's paw prints down the windows. It's all from dust, okay? I'm going to leave it at that. That's the car. Now, about efficiency. Now, I've got the cat straps, and there's 4 of them, and I actually read the bigger number. I didn't realize their working load was 454 kilos. Their braking strength is this. That's when they'll brake. So don't load it too much. So what we've got here is I've actually got 4 of these. Well, 2 of the green, these pieces, and 4 of these bottom pieces. Now, these things can take up to that much capacity. These things can only take 900 kilos, which is kind of a crock of crap, honestly. 900 kilos for this, and then 1,350 for that. It's kind of ridiculous how low these things can hold. And I mean, seriously, that's really ridiculous. You have to go by the bottom measurement. 1,350 kilos is the highest measurement. You can only load 900 kilos for these things, and that's just ridiculous. I should be able to take way more than that. If I think about it, they should definitely take way more weight than that. What these are is for me to put on the inside of the tray, so then when I have a load, I actually wanted a row version of this, not a rack version of this, but when I have a load, I can actually use this on that load, and then sort of do the job really, really well, in the sense that, hey, I want to use a strap on the inside, I can quickly grab a strap on this side, grab a strap on that side, quickly, tie it down, and bang, I'm ready to go. Also, these will not get in the way of pallets or anything. These things are pretty efficient in that sense of space. They won't take up much space. They'll actually provide a benefit rather than a downfall. And these things here provide me the idea of swapping and changing where I want to position my straps. Before, after, whatever, whenever. And makes my job a little bit easy. But at the same time, it makes my job a little bit hard, because I've got 4 of these, it makes it hard for me to decide where things are going to go. I want to rack a straight version of that. So essentially what I mean is, I've got 2 spares here. So in what they've got in the store that you can buy them, and it's just a flat piece of steel that's like this, and it's freaking like 1.7 meters long. I want one that's not like that, and unfortunately these things want to be a pain in the butt. I don't have scissors as a break. Actually, not that fixed it. So what I want is one like this, one like this, and I want a row like that on both sides of the car. So Grunt, if you see this video, please do make one of these, like a straight version, because that's what I would like on my vehicle for my application for efficiency. Okay, so next up, we are sort of done in the shed for now. We actually have some of these clamps, and they're also a provider for efficiency. Now, I'm not going to show you these ones, but I'm going to show you the actual ones while we're walking out to the car and putting some things aside. Now, what's in this bag is the smaller straps and a hammer and some gloves. The reason being is, whatever you're tying down, you grab the bag you need, you carry it around, and then you set up the straps as required. If you have a bigger load that requires bigger straps, then you take the big ones. If you have a small load, you just take the small ones. It's easy in that sense. It means you don't have to lug around a big bag everywhere to do things. You can just leave it where it is and then just go do your job. So what I'm going to do first, I reckon I'm going to take the big bag first, because that's going to be easier to grab and goes over the shoulders. I don't think I need these gloves because there's already a set in here, brand spanking new. I'm going to see if I can carry any more bags. I'll carry this one. Actually not, I don't even think I can carry this. Come on, here we go. There you go. That was fairly easy, except there's that little bag. I can't grab it because, here we go. Oh, yeah. So what we're going to do, we're going to go walk to the car and get her loaded up. Now, she does have a rack on her now, which is a really good thing. The Tata is still here. I kind of don't mind keeping it. I've got reasons why. And I think there's a project behind it as well. I'm going to use the hood because it's the driest thing of them all. I'm going to put everything down and unlock the doors. Now, I don't know if I recall telling anyone the story. This car actually got broken into a while ago, and they broke all the locks. Well, 2 of the locks. The ignition barrel got damaged, and the driver's door, the lock got completely broken out. I've still got the lock, still got the key, I got everything. Okay, so yeah, that kind of sucks. But whatever, I can't change the past. This is the hard part. I've got to figure out how I'm going to get this in here and in an efficient way. There's all this stuff in the back that I still have to organize. But at the moment, I'm going to catch my breath a little bit. I got to put this in between the seats. The reason I put this in between the seats is it's the most effective use of space, etc., etc. Makes my life a little bit easier in that sense. And the little bag could go behind a chair or something because it's another effective use of space and makes my job easier in that sense. I could always put the little bag on top of those towels. That's what I wanted to do, actually, was I wanted to actually try and find a way to maximize my use of space. These things are effective if you have a little side box that goes under the ute here in this sort of a section. You can't really see what I'm talking about because I took the light out of my pocket. Here we go. Here's the light. So you can put a box on the side here and then just put your stuff in the box. Now, I can't do that with the towels. Unfortunately, it's not possible yet. But if I were, they'd probably go in a box here or something. It'd be going somewhere where there's more space than anything. Now, it's all wet in here. Unfortunately, I can't actually load the vehicle up with anything that I need to. I've got hay because I've got jobs to do. But here is my effective toy for essentially a bit of efficiency. Now, the reason it's there is obviously you can't see it's twisting much, and it's good because it's only going to get that much load or less, or maybe more, but I doubt it. Also, I hope I didn't rip this just now. I'm just checking. No, I haven't ripped it. I got another one here. It feels a little bit stronger. Now, I'm going to show you the reason why I've got them there. Imagine you put a load on here and you've got these damn straps here to tie away, and like I've done there. Now, the reason I put these here is because of this exact scenario is really driving me nuts. And so, in this exact scenario where I have these stupid things that I have to deal with, it's a lot of load and a lot of effort just to get these undone and then tie them all up. So now I've got this slinky here, and that's what I've been using just to hold them in place. Now, let me show you how this kind of works as best as I can. Unfortunately, there isn't really much, not many places I can put the phone. I'll be able to put it here. And can I tilt this up enough? No, I cannot tilt it up enough. There's actually no way for me to tilt it, so I've got to try and freehand this. I wish I had another hand or something. So what we're going to do, find a place to put the light. I'll put it here somewhere. Doesn't really matter where it goes. My bedside light doesn't matter. I'm going to grab these, throw them out of the ute, start from fresh. I'm going to send one to one side and one to the other because they're not going to really work any other way. So I've got this strap. I'm straightening her out. Okay, this is number one strap that I'm working on, okay? We can't really see much because the light's down there. I could put it in the door, maybe. Aha! There we go! Now we've got a light in the door. There's a pipe under my foot. Don't know how much light that provides us. Not really enough for the video. But what we can do is then grab this. And, you know, I don't know if I can do anything. Ooh, I'm trying to think. I'm trying to be smart. I don't know if this is going to be smart or dumb. Oh, come on. I can do this. Yes, okay. So, guys, I've actually using my door lock. So, what I'm going to do, I'm going to grab this as far as I can this way. I'm going to go and sort of try to maybe roll it up or something in order to sort of grab it. And what I want to do is I want to make my job easier. Instead of having to tie them up all the time with a slinky, which works really well, by the way, I'm going to try and find a way to do it a little bit more efficiently. Now, I'm not sure how this is going to work in practical, but in theory, what I do is if I can get access to it enough, which is already a pain, I should be able to feed this in here, open the doors up, and done. That is now out of the way. That is now holding the damn strap in place. So the idea is, instead of fart-assing around with all this strapping material, it goes over the tray, which isn't a good sign. Instead of dealing with all this crap, I can just put them, a whole bunch of these in strategic locations, in which I can maybe put them in the side doors here, inside, and then sort of have, I was thinking more of a flap here, and I have a lever here, and I push it down, and I put the straps in here, and go bang. I was wanting to do something like that. I wanted to be smart. But what I can do is I can put one here. I should have put them up the other way around. And I can put one then here, and then I can put them in strategic points where I can make the most use of these clips. Now, no strap's going to come out. There is no way those are coming out too easily. I think that is secure enough that I can get away with that, and it's not going to actually hinder my view or anything. There's no way the straps are going to go very far, but it is kind of... The reason I look at the strap and I wonder if it's a good idea having it on the edge there is because... I'm thinking about pedestrian safety. Now, if we talk about the mirror is going to hinge away if it hits a pedestrian. Whereas if a strap catches on someone's hand, it's going to drag them with the whole car, and it's going to do a lot of damage. And I'm always concerned about that whenever there's straps and these ropes hanging over the sides, which is why I always aim to go between here and then try to put them in the cab, because I've seen other drivers, and they go around the side here and then put them in the cab. The reason I'm doing these things the way I'm doing it is because I'm thinking about not just holding my load. I make mistakes when I'm holding my load, but I'm also trying to think about the safety of people around the vehicle as well. Say if someone does get caught on something, I don't exactly hurt them. Or if it's something structural that I can't change, it's the manufacturer who made the vehicle. It's not necessarily my fault. Or it's someone that tried to grab onto the vehicle and they injured themselves. Whereas these things, I've got control over the straps. I don't have control over the structure of the vehicle. So that's a safety thing that I'm considering. So, on terms of efficiency, because that's what we were meant to be making this video about, that is one of the effective measures I've been taking to secure my straps a little bit easier, so I'm actually taking up less time. Now, I don't know how it's going to work freehand or whatever, but one strap's going to go there now, and one strap's going to go over there, the leftovers. I don't know what you call this stuff that's left over. I've forgotten the word for it. I don't know what they call it. Rope terminology, something. They call it something that's left over. I still haven't got a name for it. Forget I got a name for it. It's just the leftovers, and then you can easily just attach them somewhere really quickly, bang, and be done with it and not have to worry about it anymore. And that's what the idea of efficiency is. Otherwise, I'm wasting my time trying to slinky them up with this thing, a whole group of them, and then sometimes it's been cutting into some of these. Now, these ones I'm actually going to put out of service, I think, when I get another set of blue straps, and and there's a reason for that. Actually, I'm not even going to use blue straps. I'm actually going to get the exact same straps that I've got here, because these ones actually do exactly what I want them to do. They actually hinge under and over. This thing grabs on, and then whenever you load it, it actually does what it needs to do. The blue ones are in the opposite direction, which is crap. It's very crap, and it's very hard to work with. They do take a high load, yes, but they are manufactured very, very poorly. These ones are actually done well, which is good. But the $16 blue ones, which are used commercially a lot, and that's why they're cheap, they're actually manufactured poorly because they actually put these on backwards, and it's very hard to reverse the direction in which they're facing, because you have to cut them, you have to turn them around manually, and then you have to weld them again. That's the problem. And I'm pretty sure they're sewn on there, so I'm not really sure how to deal with this. So what I've done is I put the new straps to the bottom and the old straps to the top. Make the most out of the old straps if we can use the new ones, because say next year comes and they say, no, you got to get rid of these ones here. If they see the unused ones, I'll say, right, you can use those ones because they're unused. Whereas if they're used, they might pick on it and say there's something wrong with them, and that's not good. So I'm preserving the life of the ones until I need them. That's when I'll use them. That way I can avoid some trouble. So what I got to do is I got to figure out how to maximize this space. Now, this is actually very, very tricky for me personally to try and do this. And on top of that, trying to make this video is actually very difficult on its own. I might be able to put the phone in there. I doubt it. I'm trying to find a way to use the phone because it's a pain in the butt. Actually, I might, no guarantees I can see much. I'll probably put the phone in here somewhere. Not really. So I'm trying so hard to do this video for you guys, but I'm not really doing a good job, am I? This is super, super duper hard. Okay, I'm gonna roll it on the ashtray, and hopefully the ashtray holds you well, or does a good job of doing something. I hope it's in a strategically good enough place that this works. So what I'm gonna do, number one, and I pray that you can see this, guys. I'm going to grab my bag and I'm gonna put it in between these two chairs, as I've done for the past year plus. This is where I put all my equipment. Now, some of these things are really big a pain in the butt than others. This one fits actually perfectly. Actually, it's a good fit because now I can get the tissue box, smash it right in between here, and that's where I put all my junk. That's done. Now, it's going to take up some space. It's a bit of a pain. It normally gets in the way if it's too tall or too whatever. And the little one, I could always put the little one in the front, maybe, or maybe not. It's not really enough room for me to fit it there, so fit it in the back here, and that's enough. I think that is good enough. Okay, that's down, and I've got a tape measure. Oh, I found my receipt. I believe, little tool bag, I've spent $30 at Supercheap, so I've spent over $200 today just on equipment. Ow, that hurts the pocket. And the worst note is I still owe the government probably some money. I've just got to validate that, which is a pain in the butt because I need the equipment in order to get more efficient, in order to make more money, in order to not have expenses that screw me over and make it hard for me to pay back the government. Because if this thing breaks down, I'll just have to pay the government and say, screw Rego, screw this, screw that. I can't do this anymore. So I'm going to make my point to you guys. If you decide to be a courier driver, you get a contract, watch out for GST in your paycheck. If it says anywhere you're getting paid GST, that's not your money. That's actually the government's money. The only way you can keep that money is if you're registered for GST and you have more expenses in GST for your business operations, directly for your business operations, as far as I'm aware, that is like equipment, like your hard hat, like anything business related. If you're driving a vehicle that you're using for business purposes, make sure you separate your personal from business. Otherwise, they will track things down. They will figure out if something is wrong and they'll pick on it. If you do not have, if say you want to get another set of mags for the wheel or the car, think about it from this perspective. Does it need those rims? Because if they see something like, hey, you bought rims for your car, why did you do this? If you don't have a reason for it other than make your car look better for business purposes, then that's not a really good excuse. For me, I do actually have a good excuse for why I need rims for the car, and I need to get different ones. And I do have a wheel nut for the car because that one's broken, and if that rusts, it will cause a major problem. And since I'll have to spend more money in future to fix pulling that apart and put a new thing on their hub. The reason being, the offset's actually wrong. It's causing a hindrance to new parts. That's a new part, by the way. I didn't make a video of it. And it's rubbing on those steering components. And that's why I need new rims. And I'm trying to maximize it by saying I'm going to get the exact same rims. If I can get the exact same rims, I will get the exact same rims. And I'm going to put these tires onto those rims because then I'm not spending as much money that I don't actually have. So that way I'm saying, I'm trying to be efficient, I'm trying to be safe, I'm trying to do everything right. And that way I've actually validated that, hey, I'm not doing this for nothing. I got purposes behind this. Now, the reason the racks are going on the car, they're going to be like, why are you putting racks on the car? You're spending money that you don't need to spend. Well, I'm going to get more work for this, and this will make me able to generate more money in order to keep my car going, in order to make it possible so that I can pay you without the risk of other expenses screwing me over in the sense of I don't have any money. So that's how I'm trying to process things. I'm trying to process things in a positive way that benefits both me and the government, but it's also looking at positives and avoiding some negatives and trying to fix problems, not create problems to fix. So if I'm creating problems to fix, then that's a problem. That's me making mistakes. I'm not making mistakes, although I do have a few mistakes that I have to fix up, and I will fix them up. One is I don't have the money to pay the government, but I have really good reasoning to why I can't afford them. what I'm gonna do though is I'm gonna have a plan through what are they called? Like the tax agents, and I'm going to pay them slowly back the money that I owe them. Now, to be honest, I think about it, it's actually smart the way I've done things, because from where I stand, the bank is not willing to give me any money towards helping me fix things that I can pay them back. They don't see a second year summary, there's only a 1 year summary. They need 2 years worth of summaries in order to evaluate, can I pay them back? And if I can pay them back, then they will consider giving me a loan depending on how much I can afford to pay them back. And they'll say, no more than this, and that's it. Or this is how long it's going to take you to pay us back at this rate. So that's how things will work. So anyway, guys, I think I'm going to end the video here. I'll talk to you guys later. Thanks for watching. Michael the Mechanical is going to be signing out. Not too long. There's 2 hay bales, by the way. I forgot to mention that they're going up to the Elite Hills, hopefully tomorrow. The skies look pretty clear at the moment. You can probably see the stars. It has been cloudy all day, but to see that the moon is out and to see the stars in the distance, that's actually a really good sign. That tells me that tomorrow should be a decent a day, which I'm proud of. There's still clouds up there, but it's not nearly as bad as before. You should be able to see the clouds up there when you should see intermittently as stars. It's sort of like a half moon. That's what we got out tonight. So anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Hopefully, I'll make a better video next time about the efficiency and be direct as possible rather than trying to vlog things, because vlogging is where you get a mix of everything and anything, and it's not necessarily directly this, it's also this and that sort of thing. That's what I've realized about vlogs, and it's easy to do a vlog, but it's a lot more crappier because you can't keep things concise enough for people to process. They want this specific information. They now have to go through 30 minutes worth of video just to find out what they're looking for. So anyway, guys, I'll talk to you again in another video where I do go into a bit more depth about my efficiency, and I'll also try to turn up some results on how my paychecks changed by a percentage, not a value, because that would probably be bad. But I'll give you a borderline of what I should be getting, what I'm actually getting, what I will be getting, sort of thing. So I'll be saying this is what I'm getting now, roughly. This is what I was getting then, average. Okay, and that starts as of the 17th of September, roughly 18th of December. 18th of September is when this will all start. So, yeah, okay. Thank you very much, everyone. See you later.